what animal welfare practices you use, what does grass-fed and finished really mean. That's what I feel like consumers are most concerned about, and they reach out and let me know. All cattle are fed grass at some point in their lives. It's what they're finished on that matters. So if you're finished on grain, it can be labeled as grass-fed, grain-finished, or sometimes only grass-fed. But if you're finished on grass, which means they're eating grass for the whole duration of their life after they wean from their mother's milk, it can be labeled as 100% grass-fed or grass-fed and finished. Finishing is what cattle are fed during the last period of their lives. So if they're finished on grain, it's a really energy-dense feed, which helps them increase weight and put on a lot of fat faster. If they're finished on grass, they're usually kept on pasture, and it'll take longer for them to put on weight, but it does result in a high-quality product. The key to pasture raising year-round is where the cattle are sourced from. So we source from New Zealand and Australia, and that's because those countries have mild climates to support grass growing year-round for the cattle to graze on. By definition of USDA, pasture raising just means that they have continuous access to the outdoors for at least 120 days. Now the key word there is access, which means that they can go outside, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're always outdoors. To be honest, there's no legal or recognized definition by USDA of what humanely raised is. So it's actually defined by the company that puts humanely raised on their package. So when you see humanely raised, you really want to dig in and understand what exactly does that company define humanely raised as. So Certified Humane is actually a third-party certification which audits the company and the farms for animal welfare practices. There's a set standards that companies must follow in order to have that logo on their package. However, it can be financially unattainable for some companies that have a lot of farms, as they can't support going to audit all those farms. So if you see that logo, you can be confident it's raised humanely, but if you don't, that doesn't mean that practices aren't in place to ensure proper animal welfare. It can never be hormone-free because all living organisms have hormones in their bodies. So what you'll find on the label is no added hormones, which means that no hormones are given to promote growth. I like to think of organic as a piece of the puzzle. So organic doesn't tell you exactly what the cow's eating, like grass or grain, but what it does tell you is that if what they're being fed is treated with any synthetic fertilizers or pesticides, if the animals are administered antibiotics or hormones, or they eat GMOs. So really organic is a piece of the puzzle in the grand scheme of understanding quality. Natural really just means that there's no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, and that it's minimally processed. It doesn't really tell you much on how the animal is raised or what it's being fed. Really, it just tells you what's in the finished package, if anything. So in my opinion, I think for me, it's really not something that you should base your purchase decision on. Labels are just a piece of the puzzle when it comes to quality. They're the leading indicator in what you want to see, what you want to buy, but it doesn't show the whole picture. You want to look at what the product looks like in a package. Is it packaged to stay fresh for a long period of time? And say you buy that product and you go home, you cook it up. What's it taste like? Is it really flavorful? What's the texture like? Is it dry or is it juicy? All these things matter when it comes to quality, not just the language that's put on the label. Ask is the main takeaway. I love it when consumers reach out to me, and I love that we can share exactly what we're doing and help ease their minds when they're buying products. The power is in you. You know what you want and what you want to buy. So the key is to really understand what those labels mean to help you make those purchase decisions. I find great joy in knowing that food is not only delicious, but it's fresh and it's safe to eat. It's what I look for when I purchase food, and it's what I want to bring to everyone. So I wanted to find a smaller, more passionate company that loved and lived